Hey, what's up? It's your boy Rawk, and welcome to Rawk Recompletes, a series in which I take a look back at old games that I've previously beaten to see if my opinions on them still hold true to this day. In this episode, I'll be taking a look at Super Mario Sunshine, which released on the Nintendo GameCube in 2002. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Super Mario Sunshine was always a bit of an elusive game for me. I watched Let's Plays of the game, loved everything about it, but hadn't played it. I then discovered that my Nintendo Wii was capable of playing GameCube games, to which I shouted, "Fuck, sign me up!" I found a used copy of Mario Sunshine, a GameCube memory card, and a GameCube controller with a hazard of a left stick, and finally played the game that I'd been watching videos of for the past year. I played up until Peanut Park, unlocked Yoshi, fucked around in Delfino Plaza for a while, accessed Pianta Village before I was supposed to, and quit. Yeah, after seeing everything the game had to offer well before owning it, I wasn't overly compelled to beat the game myself. So I didn't. However, I've still looked back at this game as a good one, just not my favourite of the 3D Mario games, or even the Mario games in general. Let's see if that changed. Super Mario Sunshine stands out among the rest of the series because it actually has a story. With voice acting. Mario, Peach, Toadsworth and a colourful assortment of shrooms are taking a holiday to the tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. Upon arrival, the gang are met with a rampant display of pollution and graffiti, so Mario goes to investigate. He meets the flash liquidizing ultra dowsing device, and out of the goodness of his heart, cleans up the mess. The local law enforcement see this and say, "Fuck this guy," and throw him in jail. Mario is accused of polluting the island after many reported seeing him in the act, and the sketch shows a slightly darker depiction of Mario. Peach sees the real suspect on the in-flight video, but Mario and Toadsworth are too horny to pay her any attention. The court's verdict is that Mario is guilty of the crime, and is punished by having to clean the entire island. As the game progresses, we stumble across our dark doppelganger, who promptly steals the princess, and we have to give chase. After defeating Mecha Bowser in Peanut Park, it is revealed that Shadow Mario is none other than Bowser Jr. His dad told him that Peach was his mother, and that Mario was trying to take her away from him, so the little brat tries to stop us. We trudge on and finally make our way to Corona Mountain, where Bowser is holding base. We reach the top and,
How dare you disturb my family vacation?
And the final fight commences. We win, and then fall. Flood dies, what a travesty. But then the Toads are useful? And bring him back to life? Credits. There are some other story beats in there, such as the fact that EGA provided Bowser Jr. with the paintbrush and Mario with Flood, allowing for any of the game's conflicts to happen in the first place, which when taken into consideration alongside his doings in Luigi's Mansion implies some pretty sinister intentions throughout the Mario series, and fuck my lungs. The story is pretty basic, but oh god I love it. It's just so fun, trying to clear Mario's name, the plot twist of Bowser Jr. being Shadow Mario. It's honestly a great time. The voice acting is far from perfect, but I honestly think that adds to the charm. So all in all, I'd say the story is certainly a positive aspect of the game, and manages to keep the experience very interesting throughout. The gameplay of this game is another thing that sets it apart from the rest of the series. Mario has his typical base moveset: running, standard jump, dive, side jump, triple jump, and wall jump. Crouching and backflips are not included in his moveset in this game, however. Additions in this game include slide, spin jump, and this thing. Flood, the main gimmick of this game and the bulk of Mario's moveset. Flood has 4 nozzles. The squirt nozzle, with multiple moves, being the standard squirt with 2 different variants, run and gun and standstill. The latter allowing for a backflip if you press jump. There's the spin and squirt and short squirts. I'm not entirely sure how to perform this move, but for me it just sort of happens. We have the hover nozzle, which allows Mario to hover in the air for a few seconds, which can really help with platforming. And there is also a variation of the spinning squirt with this nozzle. The rocket nozzle and the turbo nozzle have only one function each. The rocket nozzle allows Mario to blast into the air getting some killer height, and the turbo nozzle propels Mario along the ground or water at breakneck speeds. Using any move in Flood's moveset depletes the water meter, and when the meter is empty, you're SOL straight out of lube. Thankfully you can refill it by pressing RT in a body of water. Outside of Mario's base moves, we have the 3D debut of Yoshi! Yoshi is freed from his shell by feeding him a specific fruit, and when you ride him, he essentially acts as an extension of Mario's moveset. Yoshi has his iconic lick, where he can eat fruit to refill his juice meter, enemies to defeat them, and butterflies to score some coins. Yoshi also has the ability to spew coloured juice out of his mouth, which works in a similar way to Mario's Flood. He has Run and Gun, Stand Still, and Spin and Squirt. Spewing on enemies causes them to turn into platforms, and the colour of the Yoshi causes the juice to have different effects on the enemies, mostly the movement patterns of the platforms. Yoshi has a much more effective jump than Mario, and has multiple variations: standard jump, triple jump, and spin jump, as well as his iconic flutter jump. The controls in this game are super snappy and honestly feel so good, potentially the best in the series. However, the game is surprisingly glitchy for a first-party Nintendo game, let alone a Mario game. And this does cause some issues. The hit detection can be very hit or miss, and the slope detection can be a nightmare in secret stages. It's not unheard of to fall through platforms, which leads to a very confusing death. The blooper surfer missions are also very glitchy, and you'll sometimes stick to platforms for no apparent reason. And the camera. Oh god, the camera. This is a very early 3D platformer, so I wasn't expecting the world from it, but my god, the camera is agonizing. There are many instances where it just refuses to move where you want it to, or just blocks everything on screen, which is always fun. All in all, the core gameplay of this game is like a really cheesy pizza. It looks absolutely delicious on the surface, but then you bite in and all the cheese comes off at once and you're left with just bread and puree. Sure, it's still really good, but there's certainly room for improvement. Presentation is an area that no Mario game suffers in, including this one. This game was released on the GameCube in 2002, so naturally it isn't the most graphically impressive game out there. But I'd argue it's aged incredibly well. The Mario characters all use their modern designs, and the models look incredibly nice in my opinion. I feel like the Delfino natives shine the most in this area, as they all look incredibly good and particularly lively. Texture work also looks incredibly nice, both on characters and vistas, and overall the game looks particularly good. The varied locales come to life through animation and design, each and every one offering its own unique surprises. So graphically, this game ages incredibly, but that's only half the story when talking about presentation. The sound design in this game is... holy shit! It's so good! The music in this game is phenomenal. Each and every track is so lively and perfectly fits the tropical atmosphere of the game. A personal highlight for me is Rico Harbor, which is upbeat to the nth degree and just makes me happy. I could say the same about every track in the game though. I love it all and it all fits the vibe of each and every area of the game perfectly. Outside of music, the general sound design of this game is also top tier. The voice acting in cutscenes, once again, isn't perfect. It's quite goofy and makes the story feel more like a puppet show than anything, but I still enjoy it. The sounds of the water are heavenly. One of my favourite things about beaches in real life is hearing the water, and that's captured pretty perfectly in this game. I could gush about the presentation of this game for eons, but I'd like to release this video anytime, ever. So suffice it to say, the presentation in this game is impeccable. The only mild complaint being the voice acting, but that doesn't bring the experience down in any way, shape, or form. Here we've reached potentially the most controversial element of this game, the completion method. The game sees you collecting 120 shine sprites found throughout the many locales of the island. Bianco Hills, Rico Harbor, Pina Park, Gelato Beach, Nogi Base, Arena Beach, and Pianta Village. In each of these levels there are 8 episodes, and you're required to beat up to and including episode 7 in each to access Corona Mountain. But for 100% completion you're going to need to nab them all. Each area has at least 2 secret shines to collect on top of the base 8. There are 16 shines in Delfino Plaza and 1 in Corona Mountain. Now those of you who can do maths out there may be screaming, "Rawk, you fucking nut job! That's only 96 shines, how do you get to 120? While I don't appreciate your tone, I'll indulge and tell you what's hip and happening. Scattered throughout the many areas, there are a grand total of 240 blue coins to collect, and 10 can be traded into this Tom Nook wannabe for a shine sprite. The blue coins in Delfino Plaza, fairly easy to find and nab. The blue coins in the levels, god damn it. The blue coins in the levels are scattered about among the 8 episodes, some exclusive to certain episodes, some available in them all, which is all well and good until you realise the game doesn't tell you this. At all. The only way to find all of the blue coins is either guess or look up a guide. I see many people claiming that this ruins the game, but come on guys, it's 2020. Sure, when the game released it would have been a pain in the rectum to find all of the coins, but that simply isn't the case now. I looked up a guide and was able to nab the remaining few coins in less than an hour. And I actually found it to be really fun, so the mighty blue coin complaint simply isn't what I can get behind. Come to think of it, I can't really get behind any complaints thrown at this game. There are 3 shines that people consistently give a fist shaking and a mean word to, and they are the Pachinko Machine, the Watermelon Festival, and the dreaded Yoshi Lily Pad shine. What's my opinion on them? Well, in an exclusive world premiere Rawk First, I'm here to tell you that, guys, these really aren't that bad. Sure, the physics on the Pachinko Machine are batshit crazy, but I still got the shine on my second attempt. The Watermelon defies the laws of hit detection and the Catacracks are mini Satans, but with a little bit of strategy, this one also isn't too bad. And the Yoshi Lily Pad shine? People complain about how long it takes to get onto this boat, then this one, then wait here and get onto this boat, and I don't know if I just got lucky, but I did this in under 5 minutes. Then when you get to the actual level, if you don't get all of the red coins the first time through, instead of accepting my fate, I instead walked along the side of the slide and went back to the beginning, where the lily pad had respawned and I nabbed the remaining coins and was on my merry way. I personally feel that people massively over-exaggerate how difficult 100% completion is in this game. And now that I've done it for myself, I can say with confidence that it was a blast and genuinely felt very fun and very rewarding. What do you get as a reward? To be cool as fuck, bitches! If it wasn't already painfully obvious by now, I absolutely adore Super Mario Sunshine. The structure of the game, mixed with its gameplay, mixed with its presentation, mixed with the myriad of tasks to complete, results in a game that I felt nothing but joy whilst playing. I can now say that this game is an instant favourite of mine, and I can't wait to see how it stacks up against the rest of the 3D Mario games. But this game does have one thing over the rest. It makes me so wet. I have been holding that joke in for the whole video. Please just let me have it.